This year started well, but went quickly downhill. But the last few outings in Portimao and Laguna Seca have been better. Unfortunately, the results didn't show that, but we were always right up there in practice, and our luck was out. We really deserved to be in the podium there, but we've got 3 rounds remaining still, so I want to be back there up in that podium like we were right at the start of the year.
Yeah, it's been a difficult year. Obviously, I've had a few injuries and a lot to learn as well, coming from the British Championship to the World Championship, but I've had some great races and I've definitely learned a lot. I'm looking forward to the rest of the year that we've got, and hopefully we can get some good results and finish on a high.
Right from the start, the team gelled really well. Nice being back as part of a British team. When you're coming to a new team as a rider, you're never sure if you're going to fit in, and then bringing crew with you as well. But we gelled immediately in pre-season testing, and I'm enjoying the year. Even though it's been difficult results-wise, every time I turn up on a Wednesday, I'm still excited to be there. I
get on with the team really well. The mechanics are great, and the bike as well. Since the first test in Jerez, the end of last year, I've got on with the bike. We've made a lot of progresses in my understanding with the electronics and what I need from the bike and things like that, but I still need to be able to enter the corner with a lot more confidence. I'm sort of struggling with that at the minute, and if we can work on that over the next couple of races, then hopefully we'll have, it'll give us a good step forward in our lap time and consistency.
Chassis-wise, we just need to try and support the rear, and that's really been our biggest issue. It sounds like such a simple problem to fix. We've got too much grip, and that's not a problem that riders would normally complain about. We can be strong in practice, and then we put a qualifying tyre in, and too much grip makes the bike difficult to turn, and then with a full tank of fuel, same issue. So if we can fix that before the end of the year, I'll be content, and I believe we'll be right up there in the podium, and also getting off the line to improve our clutch, and we're working on that too.
Favourite weekend was probably because of the results. Donington Park, the only time I race in front of the British fans. It's a track I really enjoy as well, and a track I know well, which I've not had the luxury of this year at a lot of the other tracks. But to say which are my favourite tracks, impossible. They've all been great. Even Laguna Seca is a fantastic track. We had a tough weekend, but they're all great.
Phillip Island, because we were so strong there. The bike worked well at Phillip Island, long corners, the bike's fantastic, but it's more like the tight and twisty areas of the track that we struggle with, like we did at Imola and Misano. Changes of direction, the bike just isn't nimble enough with the problem that we have with the rear, so we'll see in the next few. Jerez is quite flowing, so keep working, and I want to be right back up there because I believe the GSX-R can still win races. I said that before the start of the year, and I still believe it now, even though we've only really had 2 podiums. But I get tired of people saying that it's an old bike and trying to give me excuses, because I don't want excuses. I only want results. I would include Mugello. Mugello was a fantastic track. I'd only ridden there on 250s before. A few years ago, I actually went testing a superbike there, and that was nice. So I'd love to go racing there. We've got quite a few races in Italy, but what's one more?
Cadwell Park. Now, obviously, Cadwell is one of my favourites, as it's where I grew up, and I really enjoy it. But I think that if we had the crowds we used to get at Brands Hatch, or even back here, but I can only go by the tracks I've raced on in England, and I think we've got a lot of good tracks that we could add to the calendar, but unfortunately it's not my decision. Silverstone
was one track I was looking forward to. Its flow and nature suits the Suzuki, so when it wasn't in the calendar I was quite disappointed. It's nice to ride at Donington as well, but out of the 2 circuits between Silverstone and Donington, I've always achieved better results at Silverstone. Just seems to suit my style a little bit better. In 2012, it's where I got my first British Superbike win, and it's a track that I've always luckily gone really well at. So yeah, I enjoy it around here. I always have done, and it is, in my opinion, a big shame that we don't race it. I think the bike would suit the track as well. Obviously, we've only got 3 confirmed races in Jerez, Magny-Cours and Qatar. I think that Jerez and Magny-Cours should be good for the bike. Magny-Cours especially should be pretty good, but I don't really know. I'm looking forward to all the races. I'm quite happy we've got a bit of a break in the year to try and get fit and get fully ready for the last few rounds. And hopefully, if I can get my body 100%, my mind should be good, and we can ride like I know I can. The 2 before the summer break, Portimao and Laguna Seca, were 2 that I had been looking forward to right from the start of the season, because I knew our bike would suit there. It did, but we didn't get the results, unfortunately, because our luck was out. So from the 3 remaining tracks, I think Magny-Cours could be quite difficult, but Jerez and Qatar, we'll have to see. It's always difficult to know before you go there, but I'm going to give my all at Jerez and try and make the bike work. I've actually I stayed on for a week in California after Laguna Seca, so that was pretty cool. And then
I've spent the last 10 days with my brother. I've not seen him much this year because he's obviously racing. The GP calendar's pretty busy, and then when he seems to have a weekend off, I'm away racing. So I've had sort of 10 days with him, golfing and motocross and flat track, so that's been really cool. And yeah, now I'm just going to get back into training properly and not get too stressed out. We're doing a lot of PR events and for Suzuki and for the team, so that's always interesting. And yeah, come back in September nice and fresh and ready to go.
Most of the summer break I want to stay at home. I've been away so much over the past few months since May, Donington time. I've been travelling basically. I did the GP test between rounds and then waited the flyaways, and then I also got injured, so I was back and forward for physio, back to Ireland and to Italy as well. So been quite busy, so I just wanted to have some time at home and do some training and just get back into a routine again. I haven't been able to run since I injured my foot, so it's mostly been cycling and then gym work every time. For me, the gym work is more important because I'm a slight guy, so I have to make sure and keep strong. So I've got to, if I go out on the bicycle or go running, I have to make sure and go to the gym for an hour afterwards and pump some iron.